On Wednesday night, Victor Oladipo suffered a season-ending knee injury. On Saturday, he addressed the injury for the first time, posting this to Instagram: "I'll be back better than ever, and if you question that, well, thank you." Wednesday night wrapped up a 5-game homestand for the Pacers, a team that's now on the road for 5 of their next 6. And on Saturday night in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, though, in control early on. And Rip, you said you wanted to see the team build around Jaren Jackson Jr. Here's a couple of highlights for you.
Oh, well, they got to, because he's the young, energetic guy, the guy that can finish at the rim, get up and down the court, and make easy plays for these older veteran ball clubs.
How about that, though? Joakim Noah with the alley-oop slam.
Doing it for the old folks. I see you. Keep representing for the old fellas, Joakim.
Jackson this time.
That's nice. That's advanced level footwork right there.
He finished with 20 points.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness. I see you, Miles Turner.
Throw it down, big fella.
Yeah, he's mad at the rim.
This time, Thaddeus Young is slamming the putback. Watch this, off a missed Bojan Bogdanovic 3 here. Then, Mike Conley training the step back 3.
Mike Conley's always been solid for this team. He can help definitely a playoff team.
Marc Gasol with 3 more, finished with 18.
Get it while you can.
Elsewhere in the Western Conference, the Spurs and Pelicans in action. Now, each of these teams having one over the other coming into the matchup Saturday night. LaMarcus Aldridge, though, getting into the paint, getting the hook to go. The Spurs up early on 16-10, but he'd continue to put in work there inside.
Mr. Consistent, Brandon.
Yes, he is. If you keep letting him get to that left shoulder, he's going to keep punishing you. He is incredible getting to that left shoulder.
The Spurs would lead the way by 3 at the half, then Rudy Gay getting a step-back jumper to go. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds in this game.
Oh, he's been great. He's definitely found his identity since he came to the Spurs team. He's been doing things he ain't been accustomed to, like playing defense, but he's been great for the Spurs team.
You said it, though, Brendan. LMA, if you give it to him, he's going to take it. He had 28 points and 12 rebounds in this.
Yeah, you know, LaMarcus is one of those guys that he just finds a way to get things done, and he's been having a pretty good year right here. And then we see a unfortunate injury. Who's that went down?
That's my UConn guy, Rudy. Hopefully he's all right.
He was just coming back from injury a couple of games ago.
Yeah, colliding with Solomon Hill. He did have to leave for the locker room with what looked like an ankle injury. We'll have more for you on NBA.com. The Spurs, though, go on to win it 126-114. And with that win, Spurs coach Greg Popovich has become the winningest coach, on the road anyway, of all time with 521.
One of them wins was against us in the finals, Game 7, Detroit. I'm still sick over that, Brendan.
I know you got to be, man.
Oh,
Don't worry, man.
Wow, 520.
I'm still.
Got a final score with less than 10 seconds to
go.
go.
Got to box out the shooter, though.
Green with a missed free throw, and that would somewhat seal the deal for the defending champion Warriors over the Boston Celtics. They go on to win it 115-111. Stephen Curry led the way with 24 points. Klay Thompson added 21. Oh, and KD, by the way, had 33.
Quiet 33.
9 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 10 of 23 from the field. Okay, so now they've won 10 in a row. And for the other 29 teams in the NBA, that's got to feel a little bit discouraging. Let's hear what KD had to say after the game. So we've talked a lot about what Kevin Durant can do, what Stephen Curry can do, what Klay Thompson can do. But in the Warriors win over the Lakers on Monday, Klay told me after the game that he was most excited about welcoming DeMarcus Cousins into that lineup, not just because of his scoring ability, but because of his playmaking ability. He did have 15 points in this one. He's getting accustomed not just to their lineup, but to the Warriors' style of play. What are you most looking forward to about Boogie getting incorporated into this lineup?
Well, what I've seen from him, first of all, is that he looks like a new man.
Yeah.
And I think, first of all, that injury and not getting the contract offers that he thought he would get this summer, I think that woke him up. And from a maturity standpoint, I know it's early on, but he looks more mature. From a defensive standpoint, he's really competing more defensively than I've seen him compete in the past. And offensively, he's fit in seamlessly. And I never had any questions about that because I know Boogie Cousins can play offense. I know that he can set good screens, he can pick and pop, he can roll to the basket. And I understood that he could give this team an interior presence. It's the other intangible things that he's doing very well right now. He's basically rehabilitating his image, and that's going to be worth more in the offseason than anything he does on the court because people had questions about his character. I think when we get done with this, when he gets done with this stint with Golden State, they're going to look at him totally different.
And he fits well with this ball club right now because he's a big man that can pass the ball. And when you look at this team with Steph Curry, a lot of times plays off the ball, and Draymond Green plays that point forward. Now, when you take Draymond off the floor, even if you got Draymond on the floor, Boogie can run the offense too.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm more impressed about him is the way that he's running the floor.
Yeah.
He's in transition, getting wide open layups. He's willing to give his body up. If it's setting screens, getting Clay wide open shots. Now teams can't blitz. You know, Steph Curry, KD, and Clay on a perimeter. So it's a big benefit for the Golden State Warriors.
It looks like for him to be out so long, he looks like he's in great shape.
Yes.
Like when I looked at him before, he would sometimes not be running the court in Sacramento. He'd be lagging behind. Now I see him sprinting, getting layups. It's amazing what can happen when you put people in the right situations, when you have very good coaches, when you have good teammates, they hold you accountable, you respect them, they respect you. I think DeMarcus Cousins needed this for his career.
And the respect factor is big because I played with a guy like Rasheed Wallace, and when Rasheed came to Detroit, he respected Ben Wallace so much that he wouldn't let him down. When I'm looking at Boogie Cousins, he's doing the same thing. He's looking in the mirror and says, I can't let Steph Curry down. I can't let KD down. I can't let my teammates down or I will get exposed, especially on his team. And he's doing a great job of playing well for this ball club.
Yeah, just so much. And then, like I said, offensively, that's just another bag of tricks. That's the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake. And when they start using him in the post a little bit more, when they feel like Achilles can handle even more action, imagine what they can do. You know, they come out of timeout, they throw the ball to Draymond in the post, and they have all that backside cutting action. Imagine when they flip it and it's Boogie in the post. Draymond's normally looking to make that pass. Boogie can make the same pass, but at the same time, if you don't double him, he can go out there and score 4 or 5 buckets in a row. So he gives the Golden State Warriors a totally unfair advantage. We knew they were the best team in the league before. Like now, it's like an all-star team taking on regular teams every night.
And it's been a big plus for them too, because them losing Zaza and JaVale McGee, veteran guys. Just veteran guys that just know how to play. And people don't understand, sometimes when you got 4 vets on the team and 1 young guy, a rook, sometimes they don't understand the concepts and know how to run the offense. Now you got a veteran guy that just knows how to play. So now you can run a secondary break and get easy shots.
But literally, they are 5 all-stars taking on every other team.
All NBA guys still.
Right.
I seen something on Instagram the other day that said, who do you think wins this matchup? It was the starting lineup for the East All-Stars versus the Golden State Warriors starting lineup. It's unfair. They have so much talent on this team, and then everybody commits to the Golden State Warriors way. They start being submissive out there. They go out there, they pass the ball. They're not worried about themselves. It's selfless basketball. It's fun to watch also.
Christian, you can't take no plays off with this team.
No. Well, and the concern was not just about Boogie's conditioning because he had been injured for as long as he had been injured. It was also because the Warriors play at such a faster pace than he had ever seen in Sacramento or in New Orleans. So for him to come back and to fit in as seamlessly as he has in the minutes he's been given is even more impressive.
Yeah, like I said, it's a testament to him.
Yeah.
He realized what he did in previous stops from a behavioral standpoint, a basketball standpoint, wouldn't work here. He's adjusted his game, and I respect him a lot for it.
He's getting challenged every day, especially in practice. When you're walking into practice and you got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you got 2 former MVPs. Like, it's not about you no more. Like regardless if you come to play or you don't, the train still keeps moving. They won a championship before you, so he knows that he wants it as bad as they do. So he knows that he got to pretty much do what he got to do to go out there and play and win games.
Well, for those of us who are simply listening to us talk about the defending champs, but perhaps missed their win over the Boston Celtics, let's go ahead and get you guys to the highlights.
Oh, we got highlights?
Yeah,
man.
Fresh off the press.
Well, the Warriors playing the Celtics tonight. If they win, Golden State will become the 2nd team in NBA history to have a 10-game winning streak in 6 straight years. 3D, how has shooting defined their dynasty in really this era of basketball?
It's changed the old school thinking, the old school coach that you have to play inside out. And that's why we were just watching the piece laughing that, you know, from Charles Barkley to college coaches to all these, you know, so-called gurus that you cannot win championships by just shooting jump shots. Well, what they've done to me, Tough Juice, is bigger than just shooting, Chris. It's being unselfish and buying into cutting and moving without the basketball. So that's why now, to Clay's point, is that we've kind of gotten used to watching good, quality basketball season after season, meaning that if I get a wide open shot, I take it. If my teammate has a better shot, I give it to him. And if I'm not open, I cut to the basket. That sounds like fun basketball.
Yeah, you know what? It's selfless play. And it's not just opportunists on the perimeter. It's shot making on the perimeter. And this is 2, possibly 3 of the best shooting guys we've ever seen at their positions. When you talk about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, as you get a glimpse of Steph right now with the warm-up, I mean, you could sell out his warm-ups.
Yes, sir.
Because that's how much people are interested in just watching him in his preparation for the game. And he comes in with the same disposition. He's a creature of habit. And then easy money sniper. When you add a guy like that to the mix, Kevin Durant, he's amazing. He's the only guy I feel like is a wash at that position when you guard LeBron James playing against him. He's literally a wash at that position.
Karan, when you mention the open shots because of additions, the stat already with Boogie in the lineup, the Splash Cousin, that I think he's heard that moniker, the Splash Cousin, already. 90% of their shots are assisted when Boogie is on the court. Why is that happening?
Look, because he brings a different dimension, and you know, me and 3D was just talking about it, you know, prior to the show. We was just saying, like, look, you have two guys that you can play with a lot of their intangibles of the game. Now you add a component like DeMarcus Cousins, a healthy DeMarcus Cousins, one of the top 2 centers in all of basketball, and now you put him on the best team of all of basketball, the defending champs. I mean, come on, bro. How do you guard that? That is a problem.
It's a problem, and we know I think it's the Hamptons lineup when you have Iguodala on the floor, we know with KD and Steph and him. Now you can, you know, take Draymond off and then now put Cousins there. Now you have Cousins, KD, and 3. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy now when Steve Kerr says, I have a new toy to play with because I've never had this before. Bogut, we loved him. He was a great passing big man. But Bogut couldn't shoot the ball and put the ball on the floor like Cuz can do.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You had, you know, McGee, who's a great athlete, more alley-oops. But McGee is not taking the charges and is as smart as he is. So I love Zaza. Zaza was great setting the screen. But you could take all those guys and put them together, and you might have a little bit of Cuz to pour in there.
A little gumbo.
It's a little gumbo.
All of those ingredients.
You see what I mean?
Good gumbo, but not Boogie Cousins.
Well, the stat to back up what you're saying is in the Warriors' run since 2011, their centers hit a total of 3 three-pointers. In Boogie, of course, in that first game, hit 3 three-pointers, shooting 57% from outside.
So being able to talk to Cuz the other day before the TNT game, and he understands this is his opportunity to prove to all the naysayers that he wouldn't be able to play with a team like this. He wouldn't come in with the championship mentality. So the fact that I said, Cuz, when did you know that you were ready to play? He said, right around the 9th month, because I tore my Achilles as well, but I told him I was 45 and old and retired. I said, you still got a lot of basketball left. And he said, the 9th month, coming down the step to pick up something. He goes, oh, wait a minute, I'm healed. He said, from that point on, the rehab really took the next level, but they made him wait another month, because we all know this. He started compensating with the right leg. And now he had to work that out. Now in the 11th month, just before the whole year of the original injury, now he's ready to play. So thinking, being in the G League, listen to his trainer, listen to Steve Kerr, and now you come out of the All-Star break with basketball legs, that's when things really get crazy.
Listen, people don't understand, you know, when you come back from an injury, when people say you're healthy, you're available, that means that you're functionally able to perform, but not quite like yourself yet. Now you got to get the games under your belt. I had something equivalent to the Achilles injury, but I had a patella rupture. It happened with my knee. So it took me all the way to about 25 games for me to really get my basketball legs and conditioning under me, where I was like, I can do everything I once did again. So you see him out there, and he's performing well. He's dunking on guys, slashing, 1-1,000, 2-1,000 with the ball, finding the seams, following through. But after All-Star break, you're going to see even a better DeMarcus Cousins. That's a problem.
Certainly a problem for teams trying to defend the Warriors, but there's some players, no matter how hard you try to defend them, they're going to hit the shot when it matters most. We talk about that next on Game Time, presented by State Farm.